Welcome back to What Was Cooked, the show where I cook a dish, you play internet detective, and together we waste just enough time to pretend this counts as culture. Here's the deal. I drop clues all over the kitchen, you squint at them like you're on CSI, and then you argue in the comments about what's on the plate. This episode, let's just say the ending comes with a little surprise. And no, it's not good camera work. Don't set the bar too high. Can you guess what was cooked? Alright detectives, time to check your notes. You've seen the crime scene, the ingredients, the suspicious props, and the questionable camera angles. So now is the moment when you're going to go full internet Sherlock and tell me what dish you think is on trial. So drop your guess in the comments. Don't overthink it. Half of you will be wrong anyway. And the other half of you, well, I guess you'll just have to fight each other. So are you still with me? Good, because the clock is ticking. In about 10 seconds, the curtain lifts and the big reveal is gonna hit. So this is your last chance to play Food Psychic before I ruin the suspense. Type fast or don't, it is your pride on the line. Here are the clues that should have led you to chili. Let's put this puzzle together. First, the cookbooks. At first glance, they look random, but not quite. The top titles were Chili and Spice and a Dutch oven cookbook, a clear hint at both the dish and the method. The Dutch oven was sitting out, obviously used. Thick residue clinging to the sides told us that it had simmered for a long time, reducing and concentrating flavors, but the question remained, what was in it? On the counter, a tomato peel. In the trash, a red bell pepper stem. That gives us tomatoes and peppers, common chili components, but not enough to solve the case alone. Could have just as easily been tomato sauce. Then, we found the wrapper of ground beef, the foundation of the dish. It was browned, then seasoned. But seasoned with what? At first, the spices looked random. That is, until we spotted a red fingerprint on the fridge. The only suspect capable of leaving that mark was the chili powder, the backbone of any good chili. In the fridge, 5 beers left out, 1 missing. That missing stout sat empty by the Dutch oven. It wasn't just for drinking. It was used to deglaze the fond from the bottom of the pan, adding depth to our chili. Earlier in our walk, we also saw an unlabeled can tossed in the trash. With the spaghetti box still sealed on the counter, we know it wasn't used. That can, paired with the strainer in the sink, tells us beans were drained and added to the pot. Next to the strainer, a dirty bowl. Look closely, and you'll see raw white onions inside. Proof that not all of the onion went into cooking, some of it was saved as garnish. And the garnishes didn't stop there. In the dishwasher, a disher with white residue, matched later to the sour cream opened in the fridge. On the cutting board, only a jalapeno stem left behind, suggesting it was the final touch before serving. And the zester with yellow traces? Not lemon, but shredded cheddar from the fridge. All of this was plated on a bed of Fritos. The snack drawer showed plenty of options: beef sticks, sun chips, M&Ms, but only the Fritos appeared again by the spices, a single chip left out of place. Evidence it had been used, not snacked on. And for anyone who still wasn't sure, I left one major Easter egg: The Office. Scattered through the kitchen were nods to The Office, a Stanley game piece by the sink, a mug in my hand, and that wooden spoon. At first, the hole in the center might have looked like a hint towards spaghetti, but it wasn't for pasta at all. It carried a quote straight from the show, another breadcrumb pointing us back to Scranton. And the biggest clue of all sat by the microwave, Kevin Malone himself, a final tribute to the most iconic chili spill in television history, leaving this case closed. And there it is, mystery solved, case closed, and calories consumed. If you guessed it right, congratulations, you win absolutely nothing. And if you guessed it wrong, welcome to the majority. Before you go, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next culinary crime scene. And if this episode left you hungry for more bad jokes, episode 6 is going to be linked here at the end screen. So click it. Why stop now when you've already invested this much time of your life?